Tell Homeland Security we are the bomb. That's the name of a new book by the legendary hip-hop artist Boots Riley. He's best known for his work with the Oakland hip-hop group, the Coup, and the band Street Sweeper Social Club. Boots Riley has been deeply involved in political activism for decades, from taking part in protests against police brutality to supporting Occupy Oakland to speaking out on Palestinian issues. Last week, Boots joined more than 1,000 black activists, artists, scholars, in signing on to a statement supporting, quote, the liberation of Palestine's land and people. Boots Riley has also been speaking out in defense of his cousin Carlos Riley, who was accused of shooting a police officer in Durham, North Carolina in 2012. Well, just 2 weeks ago, jurors found Carlos Riley not guilty of shooting the police officer. Boots Riley joins us here in studio. Welcome back to Democracy Now! It's great to have you with us. Let's start with your cousin and what actually happened in this highly unusual trial and what he was accused of.
Yeah. So a cop stopped my cousin early morning in December 2012 for what we don't know, because somehow they lost the records of why he was stopped. And the cop started assaulting my cousin, verbally told him, "I'm going to kill you," started to pull out his gun, and shot himself while he was pulling out his gun.
The police officer shot his own self.
The police officer shot himself in the leg while he pulled out his own gun. And this is actually somewhat common. My cousin took the gun from the officer, helped him get out of the car so he could get away. And he had to take the gun because, as we've seen from Walter Scott, he could have been shot while he was getting away. And he didn't want to be there while the police got there, because we wouldn't have been talking about this story right now. And so he ran away. He turned himself in 3 hours later. He was accused of shooting the cop, accused of assaulting the cop, and accused of robbing the gun from the cop, as if it was just a robbery. As we know, he took the gun so that he wouldn't be shot. All the physical evidence, all the witnesses that the state brought to trial, this went to trial, they all corroborated my cousin's story. But I think the DA thought that just the simple fact that there was a black man that didn't let a cop, this was a black cop, but didn't let a cop shoot him, they thought that the jury would be incensed and find him guilty anyway, even though all the physical evidence and witnesses backed up my cousin's side of the story. So he was found not guilty of everything but common law robbery. And the reason that they found him guilty of common law robbery had to do with the judge's instructions. The judge didn't allow the jury to think about him taking the gun as self-defense.
So the common law robbery was, they were saying, robbing the police officer of the gun that the police officer, had shot himself with.
After threatening to kill my cousin. And the cop even testified on the stand that when my cousin had the gun, he looked at him and said, "I don't believe you just tried to kill me." And then he helped the cop out and left. And by this time, the cop was in his car. So it was crazy.
We have the police's own gunshot report that we're showing for our viewers and for listeners. You can go online at democracynow.org. It states 1 shot fired by officer.
Exactly.
Now,
and the DA saw this. The whole police department knew this.
But this didn't come up in the trial?
This was not presented by the state during the trial, but the state knew about it. So they tried to railroad my cousin. They tried to steal 38 years of his life. He's still in jail right now for robbing the gun robbing the officer of the gun that he wanted to kill him, that the officer wanted to kill him with. So there are appeals going on. The DA tried to get the first time this lawyer had ever seen that. This lawyer, Charnes, Attorney Charnes, has been doing police brutality cases for 32 years, and the DA tried to get him thrown off the case. Had a private session with the judge, tried to get him taken off the case for incompetence. First time that this has ever happened. The lawyer actually put this on the record in court and stayed on the case. But so the state gets to decide who gets to do the appeal for my cousin, and they don't want Attorney Charnes on there because he did a good job. And what's more, in so many public defenders wouldn't take my cousin's case because it was publicized as I suspect because it was publicized as a guy shoots a cop. And
though he was acquitted of this, and the police's own report said that the cop shot himself.
Exactly, they knew from the get-go.
Let me ask you about your book, Tell Homeland Security, We Are the Bomb. What does it mean?
Well, in one way you could take it as braggadocio, right? That we are the bomb, like we're the good. But in reality, we are the weapon against the state. We are the weapon against the ruling class. Can you
perform a rap for us, the shorter one, as we have not a lot of time?
This one is from a song called Ghetto Blaster. It's listen to the shotgun sonata from personas non grata with a plot to rock harder than the second intifada. I do drink fire water, but I'm more like higher water and will slaughter, slaughter, slaughter your armada. Inform your scholars that our alma mater squalor, so my squatter pull your collar at your black and white gala. We're cannon fodder for dollars, both under Bush and Obama. I'm not a baller, I'm a brawler, calling y'all to come harder. I'm from the land of the free labor that planted the planet, of black and branded to scram it over to Canada. A fan of radical bandits and bandanas who cram in the banana clip and rat-a-tat-tatted they spat the grammar to scam y'all to clamor up the damn ladder to grab for Excalibur, not a rap battler, but the next caliber. Catch the program, not just my pentameter.
That's Boots Riley, American poet, rapper, songwriter, producer, screenwriter. We just have about 15 seconds. The importance of art in bringing that to your political activism.
Well, art are the words between the words. It unifies us. It allows us to know that other people are thinking the same thing we are, and it's an essential part of building a movement.
We're going to continue the conversation and post it online at democracynow.org. Boots Riley, Tell Homeland Security We're the Bomb. And that does it for our broadcast. A happy birthday to Julie Crosby and Vesta Godars, and our condolences to John Randolph, our cameraman, whose mom died. That does it for our show. democracynow.org is our website. I'm